Alma canción de pelea. Oh, bueno. Gracias. Timers. Ok. Creo que ya. Ay, ¿por qué me bajas esta invitación? Diadema. Aquí está. Ajá. Okay. Let's gonna open this. Kitar, hello, Seijiro, how are ya? Oops. Lineart. No llores, Sing, no llores. Ya escuché que andas llorando. Ay, 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 ay. A ver, espérame tantito. Inspiración. Hello, Mango, ¿cómo estás? Studying refers to classes. Ahí, perfecto, presente, asistencia. Plus, it's this, right? Mm-hmm. I'm gonna focus. I sort of need a view, a front view. Ah, so this is how it goes. I see. Okay. Ya cumplí. ¡Oh, thank you! Ya. Ya puedes tomar alcohol en algunos países. ¿Qué se siente tener 19? Voy a dar imagen. Dame un segundito, estoy bajando las imágenes de Zoe para tenerlas a la mano. Digo, ya que voy a estar dando como que esa cuestión, aprovechemos para, ¿cómo se llama? Para ir haciendo un poquito del trabajo, ¿no? Aprovechando que ya estamos en ella. Pues igual. ¿Cómo que pues igual no? Te tienes que sentir viejo, te tienen que doler las coyunturas. ¿Así no funciona esto? ¡Aló, Ineko! ¿Cómo estás? Okay, guys. Let me open finally. Inspiration. Sorry, I was not ready. I just showered like... Se me hizo un poquito tarde. Ilustraciones. ¿Es esto? Ok. Me gustó el dibujo. Oh, muchas gracias. Pues ahorita está en bocetito. Ok. So let's gonna start with the next class. Pretty much, we already talked about wow, kenkene. Kirayo. Kita yo.
Happy Sunday, everyone. Niach love.
Happy Sunday! Thank you so much for the amazing subscription. Already 8 months, Ken. Thank you so much for the support. And I really hope you continue to like the stream and enjoy your time here. Seriously, it is so much appreciated. Thank you so much. Okay, guys. Pretty much we already know sort of the color stuff, like shades and like values. We have been talking about it. But there is other stuff which is gonna be so important when we are drawing, which is especially line art. Because of the style we're working with, or with the things we are doing, like it is not 100% realistic. We're gonna need lines to define the limits of where the shadows are gonna be placed, or like the shapes in general. Drawing in like comic-ish style, anime style, like semi-realistic style, will always implies like there is gonna be a subtle line to divide the figures or the shapes which are contained into our drawing. So say this, I feel it is really like relevant to talk about like how line art works. First of all, like I'm gonna go for let me hear, like I have some traditional artists in here. Not gonna show the full like area on sorry on screen because it's dangerous, but I am gonna be showing some of Kenkune's art because Kenkune works with a pen and it is like super amazing example. Let me try to find one which is not R18. Okay, there you go. I'm gonna try their image and I'm gonna put it here. Okay, so pretty much I like this artist because of the lines which are done like super clean and whatever, like they are really nice. But I am like taking this here because the inking method is through a pen. As you know, like there were no tablets and that kind of stuff. But there are some visual details which are actually translated from the traditional media to digital media. And one of those is how the ink acts when placed on paper. Pretty much it is one of the difficult things to achieve in digital because it is not automatically done. You have to create it. So because of that, you have to be conscious about how the ink works. Talking like about this, I am talking about ink traps. That's pretty much the topic I want to touch here. To talk about. The thing is, when you're working with real ink, the ink is liquid and it connects and it expands on paper. Meaning, if you're joining two lines, then you're gonna get ink traps, which are these ones. You can see how the line comes, like, I'm gonna try to pick a green color here, and a pen. Usually when you're doing the ink method, you will get this line and this line, okay, like normally. But here, on this joint, you have an ink trap, meaning the ink is gonna join in that place. If you look from afar, you can see how this place is like full of ink. Like you have a joinment there, like every single joint is full of ink because the ink tends to connect together, and that connection means like when we are doing a line art, we are gonna get this shape in between lines, like depending how the connection goes. For example, if it is this way, then we are gonna get these kind of shapes. The ink is gonna always connect to the other line we are tracing. Meaning, if we are gonna do line art, we have to take that in account. Like every single joinment we do, or like every connection, it is always gonna have like this little trap of ink. Okay? So, knowing about that again, like this is how real ink acts. Then we have to translate that into digital. It is not gonna happen automatically. We are gonna have to create it. So you have to be conscious that in connections we are gonna get that kind of stuff. Moving through other things, of course there are a lot of line arts and styles, but there is one important thing which remains: the deepness, or the deep concept of your drawing starts with line art. Line art is like super important when it comes to a drawing. One good line art will take you to a good and easy drawing to color. I'm gonna try to make this a little more bright. There you go. So with this, I mean the lines have weight, and they can be thin or they can be thick. Translating to drawings, it is gonna be how the shapes and forms are gonna act to each other. So pretty much you can see there are some times where the lines we are gonna detail or are gonna add more weight to some part than another, and you get that with how thin or how thick the line arts are. You can see a lot of arts from other people. You're gonna but one thing which remains is that borders are gonna try to be a little more thick and details inside are gonna be thinner in order to do to try to separate the elements. You can use the same line art to start adding the like texture effect and how deep your drawing is. But the thing is, you have to understand that your lines have an importance too, especially if you're gonna planning on leaving them. If you are gonna draw like anime-ish style, like super line art or cartoonish, line arts have to have also like a language. There are gonna be thinner parts, there are gonna be thicker parts. So you have, and also here you can see the traps of ink again. This is a good example, like how the traps are conceived in these areas where the ink joins. You have to be super careful when doing that kind of stuff. It doesn't matter what kind of liner you are gonna aim for. Pretty much the concept is still the same. There are gonna be thicker lines and thinner. You have to create a concept with the weight of lines. Pretty much. Again, doesn't matter what technique. Like you can see, this is a little more sketchy, but here still we have some trap inks. Look like how on joinments or places where the ink has some intersections, there are always gonna be ink traps. It is one part which is gonna be your drawing really realistic. Here, this is actually a traditional one. There are other styles, of course. Like for example, let me see if I have one here. A little more like clean lines. You see, like it is not exactly super complex line art, and the shapes are like super simple. This drawing is like super cute. But again, you can see how the importance of the pressure on the tip or the pen is gonna be like the most important matter here. There are some drawings with flat lines. Let me see if I have some of it. No, this also have pressure on it. Maybe this one actually. Yeah, you can see sort of the difference between having a drawing with deepness on the line art. I'm gonna add this one here. Oh shoot. Close, please. There you go. And the one without deepness on lines. It can be a way. I mean, it is not incorrect, and it is not like you should never do that. Again, there are no 100% rules on drawing, except from anatomy, and not even that. It can be changed. Anyways, there are not rules. There are drawings who look like super amazing with plain lines, which is okay, and especially it works when you're working with charms, like key charms or stickers. Like that style conveys like super good. But when we are doing like a full illustration, a big one, and we want to make it a little more real or a little more like feeling it, like more feeling on it, you can see the difference between one and another. Like you get already some deepness because of the lines. You can see like what is in front, what is in the back. And when you do plain lines, just like without any weight, not ink traps or something, you're gonna get a little more 2D-ish drawing. It is not gonna have this like ZX. things in your lines. What you start? Oh, sorry. I'm gonna talk about that later. We're gonna move right now from the normal one, and then I'm gonna go for the blending, which is like super interesting. So again, it is not bad. It is not wrong to use plain lines. I have some here like key charms designs, which actually are done with plain lines, as you can see, for example, and they work perfectly. I think the idea of having plain lines works better with key charm ideas, for example, rather than like super full illustration. It is a matter of style. I mean, also it is a matter of style. Here you can see it has some deepness too sometimes, like the lines are not exactly the same width, and there's a little different, but it's still this the thing is you can totally go for it. Now this actually have some deepness in there. Yeah, but usually they work better in this kind of a scenario. Anyways, let's gonna move into the example. Now that the theory is placed. Da-da-da. Ah, I closed my drawing. Good. This is a good way to begin. Wait a second, I'm gonna open it again. There you go. Color of where you're doing the liner. I see that I can be possibly do the liner with the color of where you are doing. What? What? Okay. I'm gonna move into this drawing. I already did the sketch. This sketch was done just like using plain colors and just place line all over, like trying to get most of it. Still, I just did like a grayscale scenario. Didn't have this reference on hand, so I couldn't actually get the real concept of the dress, which I'm gonna try to fix later on. But for now, let's gonna start with this. I'm gonna do a white background layer here, and I'm just gonna make my drawing. Usually when you are using your drawing as a reference, you have to put it between 1 and 15. If you go more than 15, the drawing is gonna start getting on the way of your lines, unless it is like super light. Maybe your sketch, if it is super light, then you will have to go in a like stronger opacity. But here that I actually have strong colors and everything, like 20% of opacity will be the limit in order to start doing the line art. One rule, remember, no one is gonna see your sketch, so don't try to actually trace your line exactly the same way your sketch is. Like, it doesn't matter, the other person is not gonna see your sketch. As far as it looks fine, just leave the line. I mean, of course, you have to use your sketch as a guide, but it is not a rule that it has to look exactly 100% same. You can change it a little. It is not like you have to frustrate yourself trying to actually get it exactly the same. Hair color, similar color to the night. Oh yes, that actually helps a lot. We're gonna see that too. So for me, I'm gonna start doing the line art. Of course, separate layer. I'm gonna block the layer so I do not do mistakes here. Gonna go for 10. And I'm gonna start just like going for the face. Of course, line art is a matter also of experience. Don't try or don't just kill yourself if the line is not looking exactly as you expected it to be, and you start like getting frustrated. Just take it easy. It takes time to actually achieve to place your line arts exactly the same you want them to be. So just take it easy. Don't overdo yourself. Taking notes, go, yes. I'm gonna start like doing here stuff. For me, for example, line art is not a matter of perfection also. Well, drawing in general is not a matter of perfection. If you want to leave some detail, I mean, it doesn't have to be a perfect line. You can leave some details in there. So for me, what I do, for example, my pencil has some sort of opacity. As you can see, it can go like super light or it can go super black. I use this for deepness too. So for example, on the edges of the line where it is gonna connect with another one, there's a place you will want to make them a little thicker or more pronounced or marked. Like you want it to be noticeable there. Okay. So you have to consider like what places you're gonna be showing that. I'm gonna come here. And also remember, you can erase. Like you can also shape your lines with the eraser. For example, if you do like double lines, you can delete it just with the eraser. You don't have like to press Ctrl C and try to go over it again. Just try sometimes to delete the lines you just did in order to get the shapes you wanted to have. Eraser is gonna be one of your most useful tools when coming to line art. So you don't actually stress yourself on getting a perfect line. Try to actually give the shape to your lines with the eraser too. It is gonna help you tons. And it is gonna save you a lot of time. Using my sketchbook as my notebook. I ran out of paper, what the hell? Oh, Gumi, no, you don't have to ask for that. You're already grown up people here, so you can just go outside and go to the bathroom. Okay, I'm not gonna go like super far. I just want to do the face. Sort of. In the liner, you can start like shadowing some areas. It's up to you how you want to use your line art, pretty much. I'm just gonna do like this in here. ¡Oh, Pato! Nico, ¿cómo estás? Hello. Kita ya tutu.
Normally this is not the day I like to sing my subs, but I cannot miss knowledge niach pat dos.
Excuse me, the heck? Normally this is not the day I like to sing myself, but I cannot miss knowledge. Oh, my Toad, thank you. I mean, welcome, and I really hope you find it helpful. There you go. Seriously hope it is helpful for you. ¿Quién me presta sus notas? ¡Qué rico! Okay. I'm gonna continue doing the liner here. I actually did a mistake. You can see how the eyes go like this way here. And this eye is like super down. So I'm gonna do the line art and then place it in the correct place. I'm gonna leave that line I just traced. It doesn't matter, I can delete it later on. These are the benefits. Remember, digital is like super like kind to you. You can leave some stuff and then delete it. You can create different layers, so don't stress yourself if something is out of place. You can always put it back on place, or like even if you notice the mistake later on the drawing, you can still fix it. So just do not overstress if the elements are not in place. You can always correct them. That's other thing, like it is super important. When I started drawing, I really stressed myself, so the drawing was perfect from the very beginning. Like there had to be no mistakes on it. But to be honest, later on I understood the drawing is a matter of being correcting mistakes all over the time. So you will have to do it. Don't over stress about it. There you go. And then it's gonna go for the highlights. Okay. Thank you so much for that amazing host, Inaquito. Thank you so much. Saludo mientras puedo hablar. Dimonía, muchas gracias. ¿Cómo estás? ¿Cómo te va ahí? Si es que puedes hablar. Okay, now that I trace the correct place for the eyes, I'm gonna delete this and part of this. There you go. Maybe this eye, as you can see, it is a little tall, so you can modify it. Don't stress also over the elements, like, of course, the line getting a little blurry because of the position correction. Just let it be. No one is gonna notice. You will wonder, and you're gonna notice that people actually do not see the stuff you're watching at. I mean, like, mistakes related. You're gonna see a lot of mistakes, but people is not gonna even notice them. I'm gonna be saving just in case something like super bad happens. Perdón por llegar tarde, no te preocupes, Tiny. Bienvenida. Okay. And for here, I have a little part of hair, and then the ear comes here. Again, remember where the lines join, it should be always a little more dark because of the ink traps. Never forget that. It is gonna be super helpful. Okay. Okay, we're not going that bad. You can start shading some stuff with in your line art. If you're already used to it and experimented yourself in like a good amount of like times and ruined a lot of drawings, you will start noticing or knowing where you can start placing some shadows you know you're gonna be using always. In my case, I'm gonna go for this. Gracias para llegar tarde, ándale. I'm just gonna go for part of the hair. Not gonna go like for all the drawing again because of time. So I'm just gonna get this here. Remember always to use the pressure on your pen. It is gonna be your best friend forever. And also, again, like I'm gonna repeat this like a recorder. Don't worry about the background line, the sketch. Doesn't matter, no one is gonna see it. So you can trace your lines where you feel it is gonna be a better place for them to be placed. You don't have to be super serious about where the lines are being traced in. Unless like you really love the sketch you did before. Which can totally be, I mean... it can be a thing, you know? That you really love the sketch and you just want to keep exactly the same trace. Have you ever tried using vector layer for line art? Oh, it is really good actually. If you want to go for it, it is like super nice. I don't use it because I usually blur the lines, so it doesn't work for me, but it is like super useful. Pretty much I think we already saw the benefits of working on vector layers at class before. I remember talking about it. But if not, or if you want me to go for it again, I can totally talk about it again. As far as I know, it kills your PC. Depends on what brush you are using and how many lines you are tracing. And also your equipment, of course. Depends on how you are using them. When you're working in a vector layer, you always have to remember to keep your drawing as simple as possible in general. As more lines you have, you're gonna kill your PC faster. Was the second class, I think. Yeah, I remember we talked about it before. But again, if you want me to go for it and you don't remember or something, I'm here for you guys, so we can totally talk about it. Okay, I'm just gonna keep that. And I'm gonna try to keep this area. I'm not sure like how the final design looked like, but I really like that. Sword. Maybe not. Thinking about it, nah, maybe not. Do you recommend starting Lineart on paper and pencil before starting with digital, or is it a different thing altogether? It depends. I cannot confirm it works for everyone because the feeling of the tablet and paper is completely different. And you have to think in a different way, sort of. But there is some people who find it useful. I think it goes more about the person rather than like a process in general. In my case, I find it like super different to work in traditional than digital line art. Okay. I'm just gonna color this. I'm just gonna go work with these line art so we can continue with the class and I do not spend a lot of time in here. Okay, so pretty much this is like the base line art in order like to see where the area is placed or like how the shape is working like, okay? You can start like detailing the line art, like adding a little more dark areas, starting like for the ink traps. Again, the eraser is gonna be like your best friend at this point. You're gonna be like adjusting a lot of areas with the eraser. In Clip Studio, you have the option to actually pick like invisible pixels, which it is sort of a eraser. The advantage of this is that it is gonna use the same brush you are using for like pencil brush, so it is nice. Sometimes the brushes on Photoshop are done like in preset just to work as brushes, like some of them, not all. So it is like a nice asset here. You can actually use the same brush you're using to paint for deleting areas. I believe that function is X by default. For those who does not know, it is Z. Well, I do not know if it is already placed. I put it like C, or I don't remember actually if it comes like automatically. X just changed color for the second color. And it is not transparent pixels. I think by default the command is C. But I may have changed it also, so not sure. Okay, so here you can see how in the edges I am starting to do like the traps and the ink traps, sorry. I am starting to add a little of deepness on the Lineart. In the place the ink is joined, in this case here. As I said in the beginning, you have to learn where they appear depending on how you trace your Lineart. Of course, you can go for darker areas, like if you want to go for a more comic style, then you will have to start using a little more black, of course. Because that's, well, I'm not gonna move that way. I'm just gonna keep these Linearts here. And I'm gonna move into the style I use. It was either X or Z. I took the gamble. It was a 50-50 chance. Guitar, you're lurking too hard. Look at you. Okay, first off, thank you so much for that amazing follow. Thank you so much. This isn't Carrie. Thank you so much. Okay, pretty much here I've gone with all the edges. I did the tramp inks. I am missing just a few, but it doesn't matter. Let's gonna move on. Next one, it is the deepness between elements. Like you will want to make some elements more like noticeable than the other ones, especially when it comes to levels. I'm talking in my case for this like triangle thing and the face. So for that, I'm gonna do the line a little more deep. Sorry, more black and more like thick here. And then I'm gonna use just the border, the external border of this. And I'm gonna mark it a little more. I'm in love with your OCN art style. Oh my, thank you. Thank you so much. So glad you love it. Yay. Thank you. Okay, so once this is done, guys, pretty much you have your line art. When it comes for me, I could leave it here. I could. There is some other techniques which are like super nice. Like for example, I'm gonna make this drawing smaller here. So I have it as a reference for the color. Because I really liked these colors. So I'm gonna be using them. Here. Okay, so I mean, there are a lot of styles who can work. I could just start doing the line art, okay, this is the layer. The base color, I mean. So for the base color, I'm just gonna use the outside area. Because I like to work faster. I could draw it all by myself, but what I'm gonna be doing is just marking the outline of where the border is gonna be met. In this case here. It looks like super weird, it is just the face. I was gonna go for both styles. You see, like, doesn't matter. I'm gonna just go here. Okay, I use just to trace the outline and then select the background. I'm gonna expand 3 pixels because I want it to be inside the line art, and then fill the color. So pretty much we get this. If you're using like real line art like the one I'm using right now, you may have more options to do that because Clip Studio has like super amazing tools to do the selection of figures and shapes, so that's like super nice. Pretty much you can go and do the base color here and start doing the color selection of all the areas you want. Achara. There you go. I'm gonna go for the skin. I usually use one to like draw the borders. I don't go like coloring on all the inside area because I'm super lazy. And again, it doesn't matter, it is not perfect, at least not for me. If you want to go like more perfectionist, that's totally fine. I'm just like super lazy when it comes to that kind of stuff. I think that Mint is a collaboration also with Kelly. I pretty sort of. I designed Minty and Kelly designed another character. It was more like a couple OCs. So Minty is like 100% mine, and Kelly owns Choco, which is Minty's girlfriend. It was more like we designed a couple. Pretty much the ones Kitarg is using. Choco was designed by Kelly and Minty was designed by me. Let's gonna take these references too. What? Really? Come on. Vectors don't let you really leave blank space in line arts for selecting. And once a vector is down, it's a bit harder to adjust them. Leave blank space in line arts? What do you mean? Blank space? Okay. I'm connecting the lines completely. Why not? I mean, I just use vector lines like normal vector and like normal traces. Like, of course, if you're using vectors in Clip Studio, it will be like super wrong of you to think like Illustrator vectors. They are just not quite the same. Even the math are like pretty different. If you're gonna use vectors in Clip Studio, you just have to think of them like a way to make your line art bigger later on. That's all. You can correct them on everything, but they are not done for that. What color the eyes are? Ah, come on, I need a color reference. Wait a second. So, Stellar. Let me see. Oh, it is 1-on-1. Okay, I see. Okay, so pretty much, yeah, like you can go this way and it will work for sure. Then you can start doing the shadows and like all the like color selection. One other thing, like, it is gonna be super important for you guys is that you actually color your line art. Coloring line art is gonna give you like a 100% amazing detail. So pretty much it is you select a color, you go to your layers option, and then you turn on the alpha lock. And then you can color the line art or like close your or you're always gonna be using like a darker color of the one surrounding your art or that base of color. Always, it has to be always noticeable, so you have to be careful. You can add gradients to it, of course, like you can do different tones to it. Here. So you can change that. I do totally recommend that to be done, because then you get a little more interesting part in your drawing and it looks like super good. It's especially when doing this kind of art, which is a little more like line art and shadow-ish. You can use gradients again, like I'm gonna pick up more bright color, and then I'm just gonna like add it to some places in here. There you go. Colored line art, right? Okay, if you're using this vector lines period with the selection tool. Yeah. No, I do never control vectors in Clip Studio. They are a pain. I just draw them and that's all. Controlling them is like super painful. I'm gonna make this a little lighter. You see, like it starts to get some feeling to it, sort of. And then we're gonna start with the shadows. There's a method I really like when shading this kind of stuff. So I'm just gonna pick one of the light blue in here, and I'm gonna do a new layer and multiply. And I'm just gonna add a clipping mask so the line art, so the shadows are actually placed in the line art. I'm gonna maybe go for a little more purple-ish color. Yes, exactly. I'm gonna make it a little light. If you don't like the color you placed, you can always change it with hue and saturation. And then I am more comfortable going for actually drawing the lights rather than drawing the shadows, you see? So I'm gonna do it a little darker here. Meaning that pretty much the light is I'm gonna place the light like a little front here, right, my left. So I know the light is gonna be focused in here. Sort of, I'm gonna do like a general blur. Shoot. There you go. Here. I want first to start with the general, not details at all. I'm gonna take my eraser with a soft area, so I'm just gonna start doing general shapes. Of course, this is gonna be one. I haven't like colored these areas, so that's fine. Here. And of course I want to do like some reflection in here. Maybe. There you go. I need to go now. So, okay, bye bye, Sunny. Thank you. And then erase another way? Yes. I prefer to go and actually get the lights rather than the shadows. It is easier to understand, at least for me. And then I can get better shapes. Of course, I still have the color here, so if I want to make it darker, I can still paint again. Wait a second, I added the highlight actually. Like I can go and shade again. Like for example here the nose, I want to add a little shadow to it. And then in this part too. Like coming from here and then erase where it's touching. Yes, pretty much. At least for me it is faster and easier. Sort of, like you can get that idea. You can use other tools. I mean, you can still like bring back the shadows and other lights. Like this is pretty much up to you. Because I like to go for a more 3D-ish style, I will always go like this way. I'm gonna like do the shadow here for the chin. Maybe the hair, we can make it a little more blurry and blah blah blah, like whatever. And then we can continue like this process. Once I finish doing the shadows, of course the skin is not gonna be like 100% purple. I'm just gonna alpha lock it and pick a more orange-ish color. And then I'm just gonna add a little base to it. I want to keep the purples though. Like I do want to keep them, but I want to add a little more red-ish colors to some areas. So I'm gonna be changing a little the colors of the shadows. It is almost the same how we change the colors in the line art. For example. Here. And then you can go and change all the other ones. As in the shadow, yes, I do try to do as many layers as possible, to be honest. If for purple, I mean there's gonna be purple. You can go this way, and then you can go and render and render and render. But to be honest, this is not like... This method is nice, I actually like it, and it is like super good. But what I do... the dogs, please. So pretty much what I like to do is actually to start working on the line art. You see, because I go for a little more 3D-ish style, like you can go this way and I just add it, so like maybe if you want to use it, you can. It is nice, it is good, it is comfortable. But because I want to go for a more 3D-ish render, I actually prefer to start... I'm gonna just add an example. So pretty much the art I am aiming to achieve. Color. Goes a little more like this way. Like you already know about what the art I want to achieve, right? But this kind of art is done like literally with colors. Like you go directly painting, like if it were oils. But at the same time, I'm really used to lines, and I sort of don't want to leave them because I really like the feeling I get with those. So I'm just gonna add the last commission I did, and sort of like a good, I was able to do a nice join between line art and 3D render, which is like the one I haven't left. So pretty much for this, what I actually go for is trying to start getting the 3D shapes in the line art. Because there is one thing which goes, if you're gonna do like 3D-ish renders, then you don't need line arts. Like, real shapes in the world does not have lines. So, like, if you wanna go that style, then lines are like, you can add some, but there should not be a line art. So pretty much what I do is take the blending tool, which is here on top, And then I do try to blend a little the line art, so it is not exactly as marked as it is just by the line itself. What I want to do is to convey, like to pass the shape into the middle area, like the inner part of the face. And then, like making it bigger, I can start blending it into the inner part of the face to give this 3D-ish feeling. Once the color is super well blended, I can use the blur tool in order to expand a little more and try to not have marks of the blending. And so the idea of doing this is actually to get sort of a 3D-ish line art in order for when I apply the colors, I already have the shape solved, and I don't have to like fight against all the colors and stuff. Sometimes I'm gonna lose the shape because the line was not enough, like because of the blending you start losing some details. So I just go and mark it again and then continue doing the details here. And then with blur again, I'm gonna try to mix it with the background. Sort of like this way. Of course, this character has lips. She has like purple lips, so I'm gonna try to add them. And usually you will want to blend it inside the area where the shape is gonna be, sort of. There you go. You can correct as many times as you need. Again, like this is a super complicated process. You have to be thinking already of the 3D colors you're gonna be adding to it. So you have to be really prepared to what is gonna come. Acabé mi tarea. ¿Cómo estás, Clarítalo? ¡Éxirolo! So I'm gonna go a little for it. Where is again my tools? There we go. Do you recommend it over Say? To be honest, I don't know. I've never used Say, so I cannot say. I don't have idea. Because I come from Mac, I was not able to try Pen Tool Sai, to be honest. So I just do not know if it can go over it. Also because Sai 2 was released like not that long. And I think they did a good, I mean, like people say they did a good job, and now you have like correction tools and that kind of stuff. So maybe it is not gonna be needed anymore. Like maybe. Like a Clip Studio, of course. Maybe you can do what like everything on Sai. The problems I had is that they didn't have color correction tools, and it was a pain to be moving between Photoshop and Sai in order to get the correction of your colors and that kind of thing. Oli, hola, ¿cómo estás? Como es una peca que ya vi, nombre, claro. So for example, guys, here you can start watching how the 3D is starting to convey the shape, and this is the main idea why I go for this kind of rendering in the line art. Like you start getting the shape of the 3D feeling just out of the line art. Like you do not have to wait until colors. This is the main reason why I do this and why I do go like directly rendering the outline of my drawings. You can totally see the difference between the left side and the right side, especially for the style I want to convey, of course. Again, it is a matter of decisions. You have to decide on what you want to do, what's the final result you want to get. And once you decide that, then you can go for a particular style. For me, this works like a tons of times better, because what I want to achieve is a little more 3D-ish feeling into my art. So this works like super good for me. But if you want to keep the line art, then like it's totally fine. It is just a matter of you trying to find what kind of lines are gonna be working for you. Does the coloring in the line art you did before carry over to the blending you're doing now? Yes and no. The color, like the bases, yes, but the color method, no. It is gonna be really different. I see. It is more a matter like a personal stuff because I am super bad. I can use it, but just for general shadows, not particular ones. Like, yes, I can do use it, but I do go for more general areas than actually small ones. Se me acabó el tiempo con Leorita, no. No me quiero ir, señor Stark. Comfortable. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much it is a matter of comfort. When you draw, like you just have to pick whatever is easier for you and you understand better and like you feel that's gonna work for you. Again, like this is how it works for me, but after like tons of years of trying different stuff, you have to try them all in order to decide which one is better for you. It takes time, so don't stress. Hello, Lolet, ¿cómo estás? Hello. Mejor tomo cloro, pues multicuentas. Ahora tienes 10 minutos. And their tips section of their website is full of user-made tutorials. Yeah. Yeah, I do really like that part of Clip Studio. Has a super nice community. ¿Cómo va todo? Súper bien, aquí enseñando cómo hacer Lineart. So for example, sorry, here that I am losing a little my line art. I still want to keep like dark areas. Like of course I want to delete, like make it a little 3D-ish, but there are some areas you still want to do a notorious division. So it is a matter of this, like you can mix between two. Of course I said like 3D-ish does not have lines, but there are some marked borders which you may want to remain. Remember we talked about like soft shadows and light, soft and hard shadows? Well, it applies the same for like line art-ish stuff. So you will have to get like a mixture of thin and thick lines and blend or not blend in case you're gonna go for the same technique. No va todo, ya está, súper bien, Lale, todo tranquilito. ¿Qué tiempo te tomó desde que empezaste a dibujar seriamente a crear tu estilo? 3 años. How do you make coloring when you have these kind of shadows already in line art? Oh, we're gonna go that way. Just let me finish a little the part of the hair and I will go for it. Actually, hair is not gonna take me that long. And there you what? ¿Cómo estás, Noah? Okay, so I'm just gonna like not gonna be super detailed on this kind of stuff. I'm gonna try just to keep it simple so I do not spend a lot of time here. I mean, I say that I'm gonna try. Don't promise anything. Alpaca Starseed Nova! Hello! How are ya? Uy, qué rico, ¿qué vas a desayunar? Comer. So for example, here I'm gonna start adding some shadows to it. Again, if you already know what kind of work you do and how you are used to work, there are some decisions you're gonna start making, like for example, adding some shadows to the line art. For me, it works already. I know where some shadows I already want to place. I just make sure it looks like a little more natural to it, sort of. Let me go best to sit up. Oh, what I was doing? Okay, blending. Again, sorry if some areas start to look like super messy. I'm gonna try to continue as fast as possible. I know this takes a little while. Like usually takes about like 2 streams, so you can imagine how like that fast I have to be right now. Ooh. Here I'm gonna start adding this shadow. Again, I already know this is gonna go here, so I can start following. Like the nice thing about blending is that you can start to stretch some shadows to the area you want to here. So I'm just gonna leave it there. I think you're already fast enough, yeah. Thank you. Still, it takes a longer time while streaming. Like, this part is the most. For me, like for my style, this is the most important because if you do this wrong, then the shape you're gonna be getting it is gonna be wrong too. And it may be for a lot of other drawings too, an artist. Like line art tends to always be sort of the most important. It's gonna be your guide, your final guide. You have to be really careful of what you get in there. 15 minutos de pura multicliente, ándale. And how are you, Yaki? How's everything going? Niachi is a speed. Nah. I wish. Okay. Tomorrow, other than that, not bad. Oh my. How much time, like free time did you get? Like 2 weeks, I think? I don't remember like exactly. Was it 1 week, 2 weeks? 3. Oh no. Well, it's time to come back. It is Yaki's comeback. Okay, I'm just gonna like leave it this way. I'm just delete these lines already, sort of. Not gonna go like super into the middle part. Thank you so much for that amazing follow. Iyo. Thank you. If you could have a sandwich named after you, what would the sandwich be? What? Mushrooms. I love mushrooms. Something with mushrooms. A semita. No, wait, mole? I will want to add mole to it. I know, there's a lot of stuff I like. Okay guys, again, I'm not gonna go really into like a lot of details. I'm just gonna leave it here. Don't want to like spend ages trying to get the last shapes. And then like the stream is gonna finish and I just thought you nothing. Okay, so pretty much you already have the line art and the shapes of what you want to do. Thank you for the bits. Thank you. Yeah, in my case there are some areas I miss and I want to take back. For example, here in this part of the hair, which is like super lost. So I just do a clipping mask. I mean a layer mask, and then start to paint the areas I want to get a little darker, because they started to be like super light because of the final work. And then I'm gonna merge. Whoop, not this. So yeah, pretty much here is my line art, and then I'm gonna do exactly the same, like the color bases here. Thanks God, like I already got them sort of. They are like not that good, to be honest, but well, they are there. for colors. I'm just gonna start like doing some corrections here, especially about like the edge area where it is gonna be mixing. And then what I'm gonna do is duplicate my normal line art, and the bottom one I'm gonna make it colorborn. Colorborn makes you go for these kind of colors, sort of. And so I'm gonna do my normal layer, like I'm gonna add a color which goes related to the color of the drawing. In this case I'm gonna go for magenta. That way. So as you can see, like sort of the shades and main area, like it is already solved in the drawing. I already got some details. Okay, Kitari, go. Me duele la panza, voy a pedir la salida. Ok, hasta luego, Clarito, nos vemos. So pretty much you can see, because the line art already has the shades and the forms, most of the part here is already solved. Pretty much what we are missing is the general shades. In this case, like lighting in general. So here I am actually gonna go and draw the shadows. I'm gonna pick first like an orange-ish color for the skin. And then I can start going and go for like the general area, which is gonna be darkened. In this case, this sort of. And of course I'm gonna blur it so I don't have like those super edge, marked edges. That way. I can start doing a little more softer detail here. Because of course I want to do like super marked shadows, but I don't want them to be like super strong. Then I will start going for specific shadows here. There you go. Of course, here I'm gonna have the reflection of the thing she has on the front, so I just start adding like strong shadows too. Pretty much here is where all the shaping starts to come to life. And then I blur it a little, like... I will try my best to keep these shades in control. I can change the color, for example, like here, this color is a little way too... like... I mean, I like this one, but of course I want to change it for another parts. So I'm gonna go for a little more shiny orange, like this one. And with the soft brush, I'm gonna start adding a little of it on the edges, bottom edges. And maybe also in here. Of course, I will want to add some above the eyes here and under the nose. So I get this shape here. So here, like, when it comes to this style, I try to go a little more like a combination between like shade cell and like painting by myself. Thank you for the bits, guitar. Thank you. I keep missing the sound of those ones. For example, of course, here maybe we have to go a little deeper with the shade. There you go. I'm gonna add a little in the lips. Always the edges of the lips are gonna have a little more shadow here. There you go. And the border of the face. Of course, if the edge of the face was well done, it will be looking better. But we went like a little fast, so it looks a little weird. You can start adding more details to it, like for example a little more shade in the border of the eyes. I like to do that. It always looks like super cute. And then for the ear, I'm gonna go and add a little here. I'm gonna take a more dark area. I'm gonna color the inside of the ear. Pretty much. We can start going here and like trying to get a purple with a different shape. Of course, like maybe we can start adding some other colors. In my case, I think the eyes of the character, as far as I remember, are like one color, like purple and blue. So maybe I will want to add some other color details. This depends totally on your drawing in general, right? Like on decisions. Just gonna go for this here. And then I need the purple for the lips. You can start adding gradients to the base color. That's totally fine too. Potato! I know, it was probably banned from the chat once for telling a joke. It can be, depends on the joke. Not all jokes are funny. That can happen here too. There you go. Yeah, so pretty much this is how it goes. Of course, it is a matter of where you're gonna add the details, pretty much like personal decisions. You can go and add more shadows to it. And then I can just start like going for blending mode for a long time. And it is gonna take really long for me to to get these shapes on place. And especially for hair. Oh my, what color the diamond is? Oh my. Gonna go here. There you go. So pretty much, yeah. The matter and the thing here is like about Lineart, how Lineart can be this important for your drawings. In case of my style, Lineart takes the most important part of all for, well, I mean, to convey this kind of details. It is gonna be like super important when going this way. And pretty much like if I get to put the sketch under it, this is like the render process, sort of like the sketch compared to what we have so far, sort of. As you can see, it is gonna change a lot. It is a matter, like it always happens. You don't have to feel bad about it. Like, hey, why my sketch does not look a lot like the drawing I have under it? It is a matter of this, like it happens. And sometimes you're gonna correct it. Sometimes it is gonna look like different. It is a matter like of how it works. Pretty much. You can like go and add more stuff. Of course, like you have tons of layers, so it is up to you when you want to stop like adding these kind of things. You mean to tell me a sketch will not look like the finished product? Yeah, right? Sorry for breaking your dreams. I'm sorry. That's how it goes. Kiss that! In the corner, go! Yeah, so pretty much this is how like you can get this kind of stuff done. Of course, there are a lot of other methods, and like you get it, guys. This is not the only one, but I really hope it works for you. In the corner, Toad. The corner. ×2? ×2, right? Okay, so some questions like to this point. Do you have any doubts about it? I really want to continue doing this. I should actually continue doing the line art and everything. So here we are. Here we are. Not sure if I want to keep this one. Because I have to actually go for this drawing, but I am not sure if this face expression is the one I am like looking for. Oh, we will see. We will see. There's a lot of stuff I want to correct. Oh, Ender, tienes 5 minutitos. De hecho, yo creo que ya vamos a terminar. Justamente ya terminé de explicar lo que tenía que explicar, así que... Not sure, guys, do you have any doubts? Something else you, like... Something else? No, yes. Say Noah. The whole drawing. I cannot do the whole drawing in 30 minutes, Noah. I'm not even sure if this works, to be honest. Like, I may have to repeat it again. I actually may have to repeat it or something. I believe in you. No, 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 no. Preguntas time, yes. Time to run, Toad. Right? To the toe. This is... Mm. 5 days. No, 5 I actually could get it like in sort of like 5 hours. If it is the sketch, it could be. But no, that's not gonna happen. And also, I want to do this properly, so I don't think that's gonna be a thing. Could you show the drawing with the effects and colored line art layers on Adobe? Which one? Ha! I deleted the normal line art. Ah, no, there you are. Woo! So it was this one. Oh, but I already modified stuff here. It's not gonna work anyways. Okay. Yeah, so pretty much, like the line art is here. Oh wait, there's something wrong. Oh, this one is not. Like this sort of thing. Pretty much I just didn't save the other line art, to be honest. But pretty much it goes this way. Sort of. It looks like super different, to be honest. This way. And it helps a lot. It gives you a lot of feeling. Like pretty much they start all like the same, but then you get the 3D-ish feeling already from the line art. So it's like super, super helpful when it comes to that. Pretty much. So guys, then I miss your coloring the line art. You blended it. You could do another example. Oh, for this one is not colored. For this one, pretty much I just went for the normal one, like which is the purple. I just give it like I just changed the color balance here, and I added a little of magenta. And then I duplicated the layer and used a color burn. If you use color burn is gonna change its color depending on the background it has. It does it automatically. So pretty much having those two and then adding like the layers, it is how I got this. Of course, like here I pressed the blending color again, guys. But yeah, for this one, I didn't use it. Alpha Lock does not work too well with blends. Oh, it is not gonna work. You cannot blend with alpha colors. I mean, you could, but just the colors you already have placed. If you're gonna blend the line art, then it shouldn't have the alpha lock activated. Because if not, the matter of blending the line art is to actually move it and spread it around. And if you do the alpha lock, it is not gonna be able to do that. Yeah, so anytime you're gonna use the blending, you have to make sure that your layer is not in alpha lock, because if not, it is not gonna be able to do it anyways. You're gonna be tracing and it is gonna look like you're doing nothing. No, it's okay, don't worry. It is a matter of it. Don't worry. That's the reason of the class, right? Do you see, like, also you can start using the blending in order to get the edges merged? And you can start getting some shadows of it. The nice thing about getting or using the Lineart as a blending options is that you can do this. And then you can make some areas already. So you get reflections too. And then you can spread a little the color. Oh, there you go. I just did a mistake there. You will never know if you don't ask, and there's no stupid question, just stupid answers. Just leave me that. I'm just super good with stupid answers. I'm the one in charge of those. I have heard a very stupid answer recently. Yes, is Spanish cool and someone who will remain nameless? Say no! Oh, come on! Spanish is nice. Prove me wrong. Okay, guys. Well, pretty much that's all for today. I'm the nameless person. I could, like, yes, I sort of felt it. Don't worry, no, I know you hate Spanish. Will be a shame if it is the language you know how, like, no, wait a second. I don't. We will see, we will see. Missing the number. Okay, guys, that's gonna call it today. I really hope you found this useful for you in order to do like this sort of 3D-ish style. Of course, for me, there's still a lot to learn. Like, it is not exactly like 100% perfect, but still, I really hope you find it useful. ¿Qué pasó, Noah? Thanks for the class. Esa línea, las sombras y el liner están separados. ¿Cuáles sombras? O sea, el liner tiene las sombras estas. Haz de cuenta que se queda con todo como la forma general. Y lo único que yo sombreo una vez que ya tengo mi liner o mis formas estas es la sombra general. Como que el lugar de donde proviene la luz y la sombra trato de ponerlo. Pero bueno, trato, ¿no? O sea, el color sí tiene algunas sombras. Si te das cuenta, aquí en esta parte de aquí abajo. Pero la forma, o sea, la forma la tiene el Lineart. Sombras nada más. It's really cool that you do arts class streaming. Thank you, Yaki. Thank you, thank you. I really hope it is helpful for you guys. Maybe you don't know. Maybe you will need them. What will be the next class? I am still not sure. I am trying to see if we are gonna go for like other coloring methods. Or maybe we can go for thumbnails. Thumbnails is like super interesting one. This is the bolo. Thumbnails are like super fun, so much fun. We will see how that goes. What is next class about? Thumbnails. Sí, cercan, ya ves, que se levanta temprano y no sé qué. No, no es cierto. We're gonna work on thumbnails, on how to do this sketch part, like this one. I did this thumbnail like in about 30 minutes. Thumbnails are like fast drawings where you get the concept idea of where the elements are gonna be, but without going into so much details. Like it is just to take the idea out. So for example, I did spend about like 20 to 30 minutes to get this. And then after that, you can start doing the line art and actually tracing over your drawing. Es cercan. So I think, oh, Zorbi, thank you. Thank you so much. No vi la notificación, lástima. Fuera, fuera. Layer, new adjustment layer. Brightness and contrast. I want to add some like I want to see if I can do that actually, level correction for the blue. Yeah, seems like I will be able to. Hey. Yes, I'm gonna be able to. That makes me happy. And if you don't like your colors, you can always like change them, so that's nice. Oh, I may actually be. I may stick with these. Line art I did. Maybe. Not sure. Color correction, right? We will see. I am still not sure. Like, if I want to keep this drawing or just like change some stuff here. This is the difficult part of being an artist. Not sure. We will see. We will see. Okay, guys. Let me see who I'm gonna send you with today. Let's see. Maybe we can go here. No, that's a lot of people. Let's gonna go to art. Let's see. I don't have any filter, so that's good. Oh, this is nice. That's cute. Where to go? This one looks like super cute. I like it. Visit the store soon to get ring fit because you made it look so fun. It is so fun. It is fun. You should get it, guys. It really is good. Oh, this is cute. Okay, maybe we should stick with this one. This one looks like super nice. Okay. Oh shoot. There you go. Okay. Let's gonna go here. Oh, I didn't. Oh my, the chat doesn't go in English, guys. Kappa. Okay, let's gonna go for another one. Oh, this one looks cute. Si eres stream un ratito, yes. Guys, remember, later on today we are gonna be doing the raffle. Traditional drawing raffle. So I want to try like other stuff. We will see. I always want to try new stuff, so we will see how that goes. Thank you so much, guys. Really hope you had a like super amazing time here too. The drawings look like super amazing. They look super nice, so I really hope you like them. Thank you so much, and see you later on today for this Sunday's raffle. Let's see who's gonna win today. I'm excited. Bye bye, guys. See you later on today. Bye bye.
And you told Wayne instead of the police because you were afraid